Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to the inescapable space prison. Of course, we're playing Oxygen Not Included again tonight. Continuing on with the colony we've been building for probably a record amount of time, actually, since I started streaming this game. I tend to restart the colony every time there's a new update available, so we keep starting over and over again. But this time, they're working on quality of life improvements in the game. And even though there's a beta branch that's available right now, we're continuing on with just what's in the core branch, because it will actually cause some performance issues if I switch over to the beta branch, and I'm not ready to make that move yet since there's really nothing new in the game to try to highlight and play around with. So I think we can wait for those quality of life improvements, and in the meantime, we're going to continue launching our rocket and see what we can do in terms of building out our research. Now, we have a rocket that's in place here currently. We've been using a steam-powered rocket so far in order to get our research points. And if we check out our research tab, we can see that we've already unlocked solid fuel combustion, and we're getting close to the hydrocarbon combustion. And this is what I really want to unlock, because in here we have our petroleum engine, which we can use to replace the steam engine. Not only is it more powerful, it's also a whole lot easier to fuel. I think I have some petroleum already on hand, because we've kind of been making some out of oil. And that'll be really handy to try to do some more missions that are maybe a little bit farther out than where we can reach currently, because at present, our rocket can really only reach the carbon asteroid here. And we want to be able to go to some of these farther ranges, as there are planets way farther out that we can get to eventually. But we'll have to build our way up there and make sure that we can get the rocket power to get there. But welcome everyone who's here in the stream so far, or if you're watching this on the channel afterwards, welcome as well. Hopefully we'll make some good progress today. We'll get some more research done, and we'll maybe do a little bit of refinement around the colony to try to make things efficient for some of our other systems. As I've joked around in other streams, it seems like every time I go into a stream with a plan, I find something's broken and we have to spend a whole bunch of time fixing it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have a little bit of that today as well. Or maybe a lot of it. We'll have to wait and see. But welcome everyone. If you're in the United States, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you had a wonderful turkey day, or however else you choose to celebrate it, depending on what you eat. But yeah, maybe we'll manage to get through the stream today without any deaths. We've had a few unfortunate ones lately, just due to things like the power fluctuations that shut off areas that people got trapped in, and Duplicants that suffocated and scalded and all that kind of thing. And where we originally had a relatively modest-sized graveyard with just a couple of graves in it, it's kind of grown a little bit. What do we have to like? I think we've got something like a dozen graves here. And unfortunately, I think we also have had all of our artists die off. We don't have anybody that has that skill anymore. So we're going to need to set somebody up as an artist so we can try to get some of our paintings and things finished. I think we have probably enough miners for the moment. So I'm going to take either Joe the Gamer Girls or Carter Clark, depending on who has the better skill set for creativity. If any of them do, actually. All right, none of them do. Well, we'll move the Gamer Girls over here. See if she can do some fancy artwork for us. Obviously, there's going to be a skill gap there, but we'll work our way through it. We'll see how it goes. The stream will be lacking U.S. people due to turkey coma. I mean, possibly. I guess it depends on how much you overeat. Might be better to pipe oil through the metal refinery as coolant than burn it in the oil refinery. It will delete the heat and help. Well, actually, I already have oil going through the metal refinery over here. So this system over here for my metal refinery just has a closed loop for the oil. So it runs the metal refinery. It sends it down into the water where a lot of the heat is being dissipated into the water. And then even though the oil is coming down here at a couple hundred degrees, it actually ends up returning back around 15 degrees. So we have a pretty good coolant system set up there already for the metal refinery. And I do actually need to make a little bit more a little bit more steel, because if we're going to be planning to make some further rocket engines and that sort of thing, it's going to take us a fair amount of steel in order to do that. We'll also need it for things like bunker doors and bunker walls and that sort of thing. Hey Jinx, how are you? So we'll see. Dang, you can go far now. Oh yeah, they really added a lot to the star map, so you can go a lot farther. It's just a question of whether you have a rocket that's powerful enough to even get you there, because it takes a really big rocket to go that far. You need not only need like a lot of thrust, but you obviously also need a lot of fuel in order to make that trip. And then if you're trying to bring back resources or do research, you know, there's all those other modules you have to add on that add weight to the ship as well. If you're curious, down here we're working on a little bit of a heat sink system. Trying to grab some of the heat that's been up here in this this upper area in the cold biome and maybe sink it down into the water instead, using the temp shift plates to see if we can kind of displace some of that heat, because things in this cold biome are not exactly what one would call cold. And this was the area that I was actually using to cool off water for my farm system. So we've got an issue now with the farm's kind of hot. And that's not so great. I mean, alternatively, what I could probably consider doing is that the incoming water supply here is about, actually, this supply line here is about 80 degrees as it comes in. It gets pretty hot. I could theoretically send this water down and use this same kind of radiant cooling system in the water and then send it back and probably save this whole loop of water that's over here. And maybe a little bit of the effort. That might be worth doing, I think. The more I think about it. My only concern with it really is that it's moving past all these machines that produce a lot of heat, so it might pick up some of the heat that's off of those. But I think it still might be worth it. So I'm going to give that a whirl. We'll do a little bit of redirecting. We have... I think this is just like a free-floating pipe here that we don't need anymore, so we can get rid of this one. That will give us the space to do a pipe bridge there. And then in the meantime, we'll plan to have... If I can get my plumbing going... we'll plan to have an insulated pipe that goes down into the water itself, so we don't have too much to transfer of heat and that sort of thing. And then we'll switch over to radiant piping down in here, and I'm gonna need to build this ladder longer. But we'll do just a couple bends in here, and then we'll send this back up topside, and we'll connect it into the pipe that I'm building there. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna need insulated pipe here as well. I guess we'll make this out of igneous rock. We have tons of igneous rock, so I guess we'll make it out of that. Once they break this pipe down, I can kind of finish that off. But we'll also need some additional ladder in here, just so we can get what we need to construct it on this side of things. Now, fortunately, I'm not really drawing this water out for anything, so this makes actually a really large heat sink. It takes a lot to heat up this much water. So, although it is definitely going to heat up over time, with the amount of heat we're dumping into it, we should be able to offset an awful lot of heat for a long period of time. Maybe long enough for me to start to recapture some of the heat that's going on in here. This system here that we have with our metal refinery, I could theoretically also relocate it somewhere else. I'm just not really interested in rebuilding it, particularly since I have a really good heat sink for the heated oil that's coming out. But we'll have to see how it goes. Launch rockets equals more research equals farther rockets equals more research equals even farther rockets. Endless loop. Well, not really. Because it ends at the point that you finish the research, right? So you can get additional resources out of those other planets when you send ships out there. And there is an awful lot of research to be done to get to these other levels. So definitely you have to send out a lot of missions to accomplish that. But it's not endless, because once you've finished all this research, you're no longer interested in research. Beyond that, you're just going after animals, you're going after resources, and that sort of thing instead. Depending on how much you even needed at that point. I mean, to a certain extent, launching the rockets is kind of just about fun. I get a kick out of it, so... what do I want to make? You know, I guess I can make... clay... ice. I'm trying to make, I need, like, this... I want one more little section of temp shift plate there, just to kind of even things out. I don't want to make it out of steel. Do I have any wolframite? Iron ore... iron... Man, did I use up all my wolframite or something, or am I just, like, totally missing it? Obsidian... gold amalgam, wolframite. There we go. Jeez. Not that we need a ton of it or anything, but building more stuff to cool down the water, you can just move it. Well, I'm not trying to cool down the water that's down here. I'm trying to cool down the water that's coming in from our geyser system that I'm sending back to the farms. So what I'm doing is I'm redirecting it to go down below here to cool it in the water, the same as we're cooling this oil, and then we're going to send that back to the colony, and that's going to go into our farm system where things have kind of got a little bit overheated. It was stifling the plants, and that was kind of a bad thing. So if we can get this taken care of, that will help that a lot. Incoming water flow is from here, so we're going to go with insulated pipe to connect here. This will go up, and then we're going to have a little liquid bridge to go here. That will replace the existing system we have. If you're able to close that AETN with metal tiles filled with hydrogen, it would become a lot more powerful at cooling down that biome again if needed. Yes. Yeah, see, right now it's exposed to all this polluted oxygen, which is really a really piss poor medium to try to control temperatures with. It's like 90 degrees in here. I haven't done a whole lot to construct in the biome to try to make an environment that's probably better for keeping things cooler. I mean, realistically, I've just dumped a lot of hot stuff in here. And early on in the stream, that was kind of fine because... We're not in the stream, but early on in this colony, it was kind of fine because it was cold enough and, you know, we weren't really doing a ton. the longer the colony exists, the more this heat offsets what's happening in this cold biome, and obviously it's creating more issues for what I'm trying to accomplish now. But like, if you can just look at it, it's a sheer amount of heat up here. Now, this is going to accomplish two things, actually. By cutting off the incoming water flow here and sending it down into the water below to cool, we're going to stop this whole heat loop up here that's happening with the piping. We'll still have heat that's coming off of our metal refinery, and then obviously some of the electrical equipment up here and stuff. But that'll take a significant amount of heat out of the colony as well. Hey, Cryptic, hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Well, I'm in Canada, actually, so my Thanksgiving was in October, but it was a good day for me just the same. I had to work today. I didn't have the day off. Not a holiday here. But it was still a good day. I will take it. Make 2 observatories and point them at each other, and then the 2 dupes can see each other really, really close. They could look like right up each other's noses or something. It'd be like extreme pore exploration. Okay, what have we got here? This rocket's at 534 kilograms. It's not currently getting a supply of steam because this thing's not running. This rocket, unfortunately, I don't think has enough steam in it to even go on a mission yet. Show star map. Nope. I think we have Rangi in the rocket too. Let's take Rangi out. Can I? Nope. Come on, get Rangi out of there. Okay, if we get Rangi out of the rocket, you can go take a break and stuff. Enjoy some of the nice recreation center and what have you. And where are you going? Oh, they're picking up iron. They do not ever go in here to fix things, I've noticed. I can't necessarily say I blame them. It's almost 1,000 degrees in here. This whole system here was just ill-advised from the start, I think. I think what I really need is a system that produces steam at a very controlled temperature, whereas trying to use the volcano was a very uncontrolled temperature. It heats up everything. Unless you could draw the heat off of the space, it's going to constantly overheat everything that's in there and break it. So, not super efficient. I haven't played around with this enough to really get a good sense of things. There's molten glass right here. It melted sand into molten glass. It took the igneous rock, it broke it down to sand, and then it broke the sand down into molten glass. It's got so hot. It's 1,270 degrees. I mean, good lord. That's a great source of heat if I actually needed it, beyond what I'm doing with it. So the piping that I had in here, I think, which part is broken? There's a segment here somewhere that is broken. Oh yeah, right there. It's kind of totally missing. That's pretty blatantly obvious. I do need a better mechanism to get the steam in here, though, because I'm actually now at a place where this is not even fueling. We were getting a really nice flow of steam coming off of this, but it might be idle now. Next activity's not for 52 cycles, so this can be just shut off. We've run out of this as a steam opportunity, so we definitely need to craft our steam somewhere else if we're going to continue to launch the rocket, and we need to because we need to continue to bring back the discs in order to do the research. Kind of a lot going on there. I was thinking about building another rocket bay today and trying to get some more of that. So it'd be nice to get started on that a little bit. We can set some duplicants to work on that. I think maybe somewhere over on this side of things. We get a secondary rocket bay. I just need a good opportunity to build a system to go up there. Now, we did start here with a transit tube. And it might be good to build another exosuit bay. And then build some on this side, because we haven't really leveraged this side of the map too much at the upper level. There's a cold biome there. These ruins and stuff are going to get in the way, too. Ooh, pocket of steam. 621 kilograms of steam per tile there. That's not bad. We'll see. Can you use the volcano to heat water? You absolutely can. The trouble I'm having with the volcano is the intense heat that it produces. So what we have in here is like 1,000-degree temperatures. It's breaking all the machinery. So while I can pump water in there and produce steam, I won't be able to get the steam out because my pump's constantly broken. That's kind of a problem. That's really where it's becoming an issue. I think the problem is you can't have the machinery in with the volcano. I think maybe you just need to leverage the heat from the volcano to become a heating plate to heat a secondary area that's going to be at a lower temperature, because 1,000 degrees is just going to break this stuff constantly. So what I might do is try to deconstruct what I have up above here. Instead, put metal tiling in order to use it as a radiant plate that we can then dump water on top of. And then we could use that as the component to heat the steam. And then we might be able to control the heat in that secondary chamber at a lower temperature than what we're getting from the volcano. My biggest issue with the volcano, too, is that as it cools, it obviously creates all this wonderful igneous rock that's all just burying stuff. So I kind of need to deconstruct, like, everything that's up here. Try this whole plant again from scratch. Could use a liquid tepidizer. Yeah, we could do that a bit. So if we had that in here, I just need a liquid that I could channel through it that's going to be hot enough. What the? Oh. I didn't even realize I had the game paused. I was like, how is he just laying in the pipe? That's not supposed to happen. Man, that tapped all the power to that thing quick. Something you try. Pump chlorine through radiant pipe in the volcano room. Chlorine doesn't change temp too much, so it might prevent pipe breakage. Well, it will change temp if it's hot enough. It's just, you're right. I think it has a better specific heat capacity. So here's chlorine down here. Specific heat capacity of 0.48 versus oxygen, which has 0.02, or that's, sorry, 1.005. Maybe it's not the specific heat capacity that's the issue. Thermal conductivity, 0.008 versus 0.024. So it's better thermal conductivity. So it might maintain temperatures a little bit better. I don't know. It's a really tricky thing to try to balance the temperatures over the volcano because the heat is just so intense. I mean, we could even, like, this actually is even, oh, 2,000 degrees in here. This is fairly warm. So you can see the chlorine in here is about 139 degrees. So that is definitely much more manageable. The duplicants haven't been going in and out of this door because it's sealed. Now this is full of chlorine gas. And it's actually at a much more reasonable temperature, even though the iron down here is really hot. So you're right. The chlorine in this room probably would help, but then it would also offset the ability to produce steam, I think. I wonder where the steam sorts. I think the steam sorts above chlorine. So we might be able to have a layer of chlorine act as a buffer and then have the steam form above it as long as we didn't draw down the pressure too far. Maybe. I don't know. I think I'm going to try and go a little more simple. We're just going to break this off. We'll put a heat plate across the top that we can drip water onto. So we can sort of take secondary use of the heat that's coming off the volcano, and then we'll try to pump the steam that's coming off of that. Really hard to buffer the temperature from the volcano. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy like how hot it gets. Having it in the same room is just not realistic. It's constantly overheating it. Make a kind of chlorine heat exchanger. Yeah. I mean, another alternative. Well, the trouble is, I mean, I also could create like an endless loop of liquid that runs through this chamber that's super hot to pick up the heat and carry it away to take it somewhere else where I'm heating the water. Like if I had a loop of oil, for example, that can soak up a lot of heat. I don't know. We'll see. There's just so many different solutions, right? Like it's not even it's not even that difficult a thing. You could also use instead an aqua tuner to boil water and cool something at the same time. Maybe cool the water you were sending to the farm. 2 birds, 1 stone. Yeah, that's a notion. The water that we're sending down from the farm is actually going downwards. So theoretically, we could pump it into a room that has the aqua tuner. No, we'd have to constantly have a supply of water going into that aqua tuner area. Even at a low rate, because it's going to boil it off as steam, which the steam is ultimately what we want, but we'll have to make sure we can continue to capture that. Even if I just, if I sent the water up here with an aqua tuner in this space, maybe, to boil the water that's sitting here. How about exposing it to space? Well, you expose it to space, it all just goes away. There's the outer space itself doesn't have heat, so it's not so much the sun that heats things up, it's the regolith that comes down with all the meteors that produces all the heat that's along the surface here, and you can see it's gradually creeping its way down a little bit. But it's all the regolith up here that produces all that crazy heat. The sun's rays itself doesn't produce any, and if you have it open to the vacuum of space, any gases or liquids will just disappear into the vacuum. Used a 3 stack of turbines to cool steam after you dripped it on your volcano. Nice. So, you're driving through an alley on your motorbike. It's raining pancakes. You... What? It takes seven monkeys to screw in the light bulb, Nixie. They're not very coordinated. They're too busy fighting and throwing poo at each other. It occurs to me I broke this door, but actually I need that door. I want all this regolith off of here. I need the door only for the purpose of being able to go inside to clean out the volcano, because I'm not going to have an auto digger in here. It just keeps smashing on me. So let's throw a door in here. We'll make this out of steel, I guess. And then above here, we're going to have metal tile. Kind of would like to make it out of tungsten, but I guess we'll make it out of refined gold. That should be alright from a conductivity perspective. Like so. We can actually use metal tile all around this thing, because as we get regolith dropping in, it doesn't really matter that things get hot in there. We actually want it to be hot. Like that. We'll throw our little liquid vent up here. So I'll drip liquid on this side. We'll put our pump on the other. Make that out of steel so it doesn't break, hopefully. We're going to need some insulated piping of naturally. Oops, come on. And that can connect to our pre-existing pipe, which we already have set up. And then our incoming water. I did have this set up with some radiant piping, because that water that we were working with was actually really cold. But I'm going to switch that. Switch it to regular piping instead. Maybe leave the volcano covered up. You're not going to use it. Well, I'm going to use it a bit. What I wanted to do is produce heat that's going to heat up this radiant plate at the bottom. So the heat will go through and it will heat up the space above here, but it'll do it at a slower rate. So hopefully with the water dripping on it, I can actually control the temperature growth in this area instead. I just can't do that in with the volcano, because as soon as you drip it in, it flashes into like crazy hot steam, and it's ridiculous. Cover the new tank with... Oh yeah, sorry, we should do that. So this up here, cancel buildings. This does need to be bunker tiles, otherwise things will get all broken on us. Nobody wants that. It's already getting broken a little bit. Stuff dropping in here. We're stuck at 534 kilograms of steam. I knew this geyser was going to shut down us at one point, but... What? 1 million kilocalories? I didn't even notice that. Oh, yeah, we got a 1 million. A whole bunch of these, though, you have to bear in mind, are going to be things like the pinch of pepper nuts. Because we have crazy amounts of those. Like, if you look in here... What does this have in it? No, this one's full of pepper bread, actually. So that's not a good example. This one has... No pinch of pepper nuts. Somewhere here I have pinch of pepper nuts. And a lot of them. But we do have some other food. So you can see up here we have some mushrooms, we have some pepper bread, we have a little bit of meat. Ooh, meat. Let's make some barbecue. Don't want that meat going bad on us. Barbecue's just too good. Good for a nice plus 16 morale boost. Hey, gamer girls, you are still alive. You're our resident artist now, actually. Oh, as you can tell, we put you in the job with basically no skill, and unfortunately, you're not exactly knocking it out of the park with the artwork. You got some mediocre paintings going on, but you know you're our only artist because apparently the rest of them died off. Well, yeah, we do have the pinch of pepper nuts in here. I guess we don't have as many as I thought I did, because this isn't getting refilled so much. We had a crazy amount of them at one point. But I think these have been stifled for a while. We haven't had a good supply of polluted water to send them in a bit. Mind you, we could probably supply them with water from here a little bit. Ooh, this broke already. Oh, right, because we still had that in there. Oh, totally. Ooh, man, this cat. Oh, that's not good. Stable building. Man, I just got this thing set up. I just used some steam or some gas off it to get a little bit of additional power supply. Wouldn't you know, it's all gone and I broke both my generators. Well, all the work we did last stream to get another power supply in there that's going to be more consistent is completely wasted. Hooray! I love wasting my time. Me, a mediocre artist. Sounds right. Alright, well... Man... I was so happy to finally find that steam guy, or not the steam geyser, the natural gas geyser, because we haven't had one in this colony, and the 500 cycles we've been working on it. Yeah, it's all wrong element damage, but it's because we ran out of natural gas down there. That'll learn me. What I should do is fix the roof in here, although these windows aren't fixed, I guess. Try to cool this thing down somehow. Let the duplicants move in here. There's no beds or anything, but we can sleep on the couch or something. Alright, let's go see how things are down, oops, down here. And I made a little progress. Look at that. See how quickly it started to moderate the temperature in here? Temp shift plates. It's just shifting the heat to try to balance it on both ends of the, or like the full length of the shift plates. And this end of the shift plates are nice and cool, and this end's really hot. So it's like just transferring the heat downward. That's good. If nothing else, once we cut out this loop of hot water I'm sending up here, and we have this working as a heat sink over here where we're producing most of the heat, then our thermonullifier should start to negate some of that temperature gain up there. Which would be a whole lot less important because I'm not actually shunting the water that way anymore, but that's okay. Haven't been in your live streams in a while. Hey, Trevor. Welcome. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Went out for a few drinks. Nice, Popper. I'm in Canada, actually, so we didn't have Thanksgiving today, but I appreciate the sentiment. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving and a few good drinks. Steam. Not steam I can use, though. What water can I grab? My only other concern with using the aqua tuner is just that it draws so much power. 1.2 kilowatts. Yeah, thermonullifier. Hey, Palani. Yeah, we've been using it, but it's not keeping up. We've been producing far too much heat down there. So sadly, it hasn't really come to anything wonderful. Man, we only have 1,500 steel. Alright, I guess I could send the water out here and then have it go through a loop and come back down, and then we'll reconnect it to the line and I can finish cooling it further down the line. It's not going to cool it all off in one pass through the aqua tuner. But my primary concern is going to be the amount of power we're drawing up here. This line already has 6,960 max wattage pull on it, on a line that maxes out at 2,000. Now, granted, it's connected to a lot of little things that aren't on right now and have like intermittent usage and that sort of thing. So it's a little hard to tell actually exactly how much power we're talking about here. But it's connected to a lot, and I'm not using heavy watt wire here. And with the loss of our wonderful power system we set up last stream, I should probably think about solar power. Maybe I can build like solar power right on top of here and we'll just shunt that down in a wire. Except it's going to be going the wrong direction. Alright, I got an idea. Let's get this dug off. Oh, they can't even reach it. I forgot we don't have those wonderful jetpacks right now. Okay, so they can climb up here. They can get up to here. We'll build a ladder up here. Put a ladder here. That'll get them all the way up to the top. I guess we'll throw a bunker tile in here and just block this off. Actually, we don't even need a bunker tile because I'm gonna block up here with a couple bunker doors. Okay, solar panels. Actually, you know what? Let's just use something that's a little bit of an abusive scenario. The steam turbine, oddly enough, allows the passage of light through it and is basically indestructible. It gets smashed, but it still continues to block things. Except that if I do that, the regolith will build up on it, which won't allow the light to pass through, so I'll need something to dig that out still. I'll still have to have those fancy auto diggers. Oh Lord! All right, let's put 2 solar panels up here. Oh, these take steel. Oh, that's glass. Okay, that's fine. It's taking glass. That I can handle. Come on. Can I build detectors up here, I wonder? Space scanners. Can I build those on top of these? Will that let me do that? I know they don't block light, so we might be able to build these like right on top, and then have the bunker doors above those as a way of kind of stopping things from smashing into our solar power. Like, look at this. It's punishing. Like, you've got to have, like... Solar isn't worth it. You need the most power to make just the power to the doors. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I think you're probably right. It takes so much solar, like, so much power to open and close the doors. It's crazy. 300 degrees. Well, it's heating up quick. This is already breaking. Are you kidding? What'd I make this out of? Steel. Really? That's great. I need a shut-off valve because I don't want more water going down here when I turn this pump back on. And I also need this other pump to fire back up to move more water up. But of course, I don't have my jet suits. No! So we have to build a ladder all the way down. Alright, so they can turn that back on. We'll have to connect our wire there. We're going to dig out over here. Dig all this out. Get all of it. Ooh, it's good. It's a good thing they had that bunker above them already. Things to consider when building solar. Yeah, for sure. I mean, the thing with solar, I guess, I don't even need to put it up top. I could just put it at the bottom of a well that's open to the top and allow light in and just close the bunker at certain times, but... It sort of limits the potential for the meteors to hit it because they have to come straight down at it, but... Why? Steam, not bacon. Because we don't have any bacon. Do steam turbines still block meteors but not sunlight? They do, but then the regolith piles up on top, so you still have to dig it out. It's kind of like darned if you do and darned if you don't a little bit. Oh, they can't get up here to build this. Oh, come on, man. There you go. Go up. Build your way up the ladder, and then you can finish these tiles over here. Actually, you might be able to do it inside. 1, 2, 3. No, a little bit too high. Tiny bit too high. There you go. There you go, and this thing's already broken. Fantastic. It didn't even last long enough. Good lord. I need to get some water in there. It didn't even last long enough to get anything going on there. Let's deconstruct this while I'm figuring out well, I set up a valve system down here so I can control when the water moves down there. Throw a ladder in here. Yeah, the window tiles break even when they're made out of diamond. They can't stand up to the punishment. Really, the bunker pieces are the only ones that don't take any damage from the meteors. There's not a lot you can do there. Looks like we're all out of fossil. Is that... Oh, that's Sarah Beep. I thought that might be Mo having another coffee, but he might be actually somewhere in here now. Where is he? He might be in here somewhere now. I think Mo bit the bullet. He had too much coffee and it did him in. No, maybe not. Nope, just moss. Okay. Oh no, there's Mo right there. Oh yeah, Mo did die. I thought he was a goner. Oh yeah, I forgot about that too. Man, this is a really piss poor setup right here. I need this polluted oxygen to get out of here. Because I've pumped it all. This is all carbon dioxide. This tank's all like just full of junk. And I need to send all the excess out here. I don't really care about the temperatures. Yeah, whatever. I need to send this out here with a high pressure valve. so that I can finally clear out this space and let all this natural gas up, because we're losing out on the opportunity to produce power off of that, too. We have a natural gas generator sitting right here that's not getting used. Don't forget, you really need a lot of water to make all that steam. 1 ton of water becomes 1,000 kilograms of steam. But yeah. Well, I just have it. I have a slow drip system, right? So I have a valve set in here. Somewhere. This one here. So we have a liquid valve. Oh, that's set too high. Set it super low to start with. Oh, oh, come on. You guys got to stop fixing the gas. Okay, this has got to be last. It's already 6. No. 4 for this for now. Come on. Don't fix that until you guys have got the rest of this stuff done. Pointless. Actually, having this door here is kind of a pain, too, because the steam will just escape when I open it, but... Alright, this chamber is around 400 to 500 degrees, so we should make some steam pretty easy in here, I think. The bigger issue will just be everything breaking still. Face it, you can't contain the volcano. It's too wild to be contained by your walls. Set it free. Free the volcano. Yeah. The irony is the volcano's buried. Like, it can't even erupt right now, but it's so hot in here. This is going to be death. Oh, I hate that. So much wasted steel right there. Okay, you guys finished cleaning up. You got that basically done. I don't really need that corner piece finished. Down here. Where are we here? Let's set this to make more steel. Nope. Ooh, we're out of iron and out of lime. Wow. Well, that's a nuisance, isn't it? My iron supply system is broken. Man, it's always something, I'm telling you. I need to let this liquid iron out of here so it can cool. 2,000 degrees. There's nowhere I can send that. Except down here, but then I can't do anything with it. That is a colossal nuisance right there. All right. Oh, boy, that's such a pain. I can't even get it to flow out of here, I don't think. I'm going to break the walls out of here and see if I can get the liquid iron here to flow down into this spot to cool. Because if it doesn't solidify, I can't pick it up with the auto sweeper, which doesn't have any power. Anyway, I ran out of power and stuff. Oh, man. Oh, power is my like total nuisance right now. We did build an emergency power system up top here, so our duplicants should still be able to escape if they jump on the treadmill. We need to enable this again. Trouble is there's all these other things that are connected. So that'll be good. It's going to cause all kinds of problems. What are you guys doing? Oh. Ooh, I forgot about the steam down here. 41 kilograms of it. Just hanging out. I completely forgot I was telling the duplicants to build this. We may have access to some steam after all. Boom, just connected into that. Let the water in from above. Oh, yeah, that's a good notion. Because it doesn't really matter if this stuff's all submerged. It's all going to flash into steam anyway. How can I get to that? Ooh, there's a lot of water up here, too. Okay, let's try and build a little ladder in here. We'll try dumping the water in from above it. We'll see if we can cool it off that way. We're going to get a lot of steam really quick. But it should do a lot to cool this space down, actually. Will they be able, I don't think they'll be able to reach that. They can reach it that way, though. Set this priority 8. Let them in the door. And then we need power. Power, power, power. This constant power business is really going to be a nuisance. I had thought we had dodged the power problem for a little while. Oh, look at that. We got a little pocket of CO2 in there. I thought we dodged the power problem for a little while once we got that natural gas set up, but lo and behold, we got like a few cycles in, and then now we're stuck in a spot where they can't use it. Gosh, that's so frustrating. Okay, there's coal down here. Actually. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to reach most of that. Someone's going to get caught. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. Just do some fancy ladder business in here. What a pain in the backside. Made it this time. What'd you miss? Well, we're working on trying to get some more steam for our rocket up topside. We're still trying to solve power problems because even though we set up that natural gas production last time, the geyser went dormant. We ran out of gas. It's like, yeah, just guaranteed to mess with me. Play Car Mechanic Simulator again. Yeah, I haven't been playing it nearly as often. To be entirely honest with you, part of that is because it just doesn't seem to be getting as much interest. There's certain people that really like the game, but for all the time spent playing it, it's not really getting a lot of views. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can't even reach that stuff. You reach one of them. Come on, cancel. It's been so long since I watched the Oni videos, and now I'm very confused. Oh yeah, they've added so much. If it's been a long time since you've seen it, they added in rockets. You may have missed that part. So now we can send rockets into outer space to do interstellar research and stuff. Which largely is just research to unlock more rockets. But still, it's fun. We can also bring back, like, materials and stuff from other planets, too. So now there is technically the ability to have, an endless colony, because if you're running out of materials, you can go to another planet to get them as long as you set up well enough. Keep pushing, Cryptic. You can do it. You can do it. We have Duplicant stuck up here still. They're not really using the treadmill to charge things up. He's too busy working. That's dedication right there. How much oxygen do you even have? That looks like none. You know what I really should do is just, forget it. I don't even know why I have this sealed away anymore. I really need to have a mechanism for them to get out when there's no power. I was trying to control the temperatures a little bit, control some of the gases that were sitting in here, but frankly, forget it. Smash the wall out. Climb down that way. I should be able to go kitty corner and get down there, I think. Yeah, there you go. You're free! Can I put a door in there? Can they open it from underneath? Never tried this. Alright, I broke the power line. Fabulous. It's always something. I totally forgot there was a power line running through there. Bloop. There we go. Unreachable food alert. That's because they were stuck up there. They were trapped. Building tubing, building broken. Food is decayed. What? Oh. Oh, because the power shut off in the fridge. That's why. I was like, why did that decay there? But without the fridge running, things just don't stay so nice and fresh. Maybe we can feed the igneous rock from the volcano to the hatches for more coal. Well, we have a fair number of hatches over here. Where are we? We have a couple of hatches running around, but and they've got all kinds of coal they've pooped down on the ground here. They're just it's not enough. It's not enough. Never have enough. More hatches. 5,000 hatches, pumping out 5,000 tons of coal. Still, we're getting nowhere. There's coal like right underneath it. That's funny. I can't get to it, because if I break this open, it'll stop this from being a room. I guess I could dig underneath here. And then we'll do this backwards. We're going to do like sub-priority 8. Oops. And then 7. And then 6. And then I want this to be sub-priority 8. Dig that out. Give me power. Set up a smart battery and not gate to allow the door to be open when the power reaches 5% or below. Yeah, I mean, the tricky part is that then... every time the system's drawing power, that means the door will be opening, even if it doesn't necessarily need to be. Because it'll probably tap on the power pretty quick. That might be an idea. Perhaps some sweeper conveyor belts to the coal straight to the generators, so it's not needing dupes. Yeah. Well, we actually need to convert what I have over here. So all the hatches that are in here, when they poop stuff out, it just sort of sits on the floor. In the past, what I've done is I've used like screen doors underneath. The tricky part is that things like the grooming station have to sit on a solid surface. So we can use actual doors for that and set them on like a timer where they open periodically, because the hatches won't fall through an open door. And that can let all the coal sort of drop to the bottom, where theoretically we'd have a couple sweepers that could pick it up and move it. Might be good to set something up. We don't have a ton of any kind of metal right now. Well, I mean, we have a literal ton, but we don't have an overabundant. Oh man, I can't even build in there. I have to destroy the floor in order to do it. That's a nuisance. We'd also have to have some automation around these doors in order to open them. I don't know. I just can't be bothered. We have so many duplicants. I mean, I feel like they should be able to go over there and sweep up things. They won't poop coal if they don't have any food. Well, there's only so much I can do to feed them. We burned through so many materials feeding the regular hatches. So, in here, what are these guys eating? Like, for the regular hatches, we had, like, nothing left to feed them. They burned out everything. Everything we could give them, we had nothing to supply. Or at least, actually, no, there's nothing stored in here, I guess. So when we look up here, we have like 0 kilograms of that. Sandstone, we have 1,800 kilograms. Sand, what have we got in sand? Filtration medium, 145 tons. All right, so we have sand we could feed them, I guess. But that takes, I mean, sand's got good value. To have them just eating it is so weird. And then most of the rest of the stuff that's up here is like dirt and clay. What have I got clay-wise? Clay falls under unorganic. Cultivatable soil. Oh, we have 85 tons of clay. We could give them clay. There, you guys eat clay. But we also have these stone hatches in here. Will they eat clay? No, come on. I hate the way this thing scrolls when you expand it. Let's see. Copper, gold, granite, igneous rock, iron ore, obsidian, sedimentary rock. See, this one's not even being filled, and I have sedimentary rock. No, I don't. Never mind. All right. We're all out of sedimentary rock now. Obsidian we have 23 tons of, so we could use that. Igneous rock we have 31 tons. They're too hungry. They're eating like everything. Igneous rock. All right, well, let them eat the igneous, I guess. And I don't even know what I have in this one. Oh, good. Igneous rock in here that they're being fed with. Okay, so, and then maybe I'll just have the regular hatches up top here, and they can eat the clay. Because I do have this, this one's specifically set up to drop off stone hatches and stone hatchlings, and this one is set up for regular hatches, I think. Yeah, this one's just regular hatches and sage hatches. So, we'll see. Igneous rock is one of the most abundant you'll get, since it comes from cooling magma volcanoes. Yeah. Mind you, we might end up with a whole bunch of cooked hatches over there. We take that 1,000-degree igneous rock and go give it to them to chew on. I wonder if they just erase the heat when they do that. Never tested. Who made a mess? So, I just remembered, these suits are unpowered. They can't get out to get the coal, and everyone just peed on the floor. It's gonna be like pee everywhere. I need a place they can go down here to get the coal that doesn't require them to wear a suit. There's a little bit like right here. Good lord. Duplicants, you're killing me. You're killing me. If they can get that little bit there, and there's gonna be a lot of mopping here. There's gonna be like a lot of mopping. They're all gonna pee on the floor at any moment now. I also need to turn this off. Otherwise, they won't be able to feed the generator. So we need to disable this building. And I need to close this door so nobody gets in there and gets scalded to death. We'll open that. Oh, more making a mess. Cool. Fortunately, they all seem to be peeing in the same spot. That's kind of okay. You guys just keep like dumping it all in the same spot. It's easy to clean. Yeah, they're all peeing right there. Why is that? All right. They're like stopping to wash their hands. It's like the warm water from the sink is making them go to the bathroom. There's another one. Oh, they peed in the garden. Stop peeing everywhere. Oh my gosh. Pee down here. Pee over here. Scalding. Who's getting scalded? Oh, why are you up there? Oh, man. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. We need to set this so that nobody goes upwards. Everybody get out of there until you have spacesuits. It's too hot. They're getting a benefit for being in the sunlight up there, and then they're getting scalded. That's great. Oh. All right. It's fine. Everything's fine. That's Caleb and Brittany. Caleb and Brittany, scalded to death. And they both conveniently already have a metabed assigned. Come on. Duplicants. Oh, those duplicants. You guys need to get them fast or they're going to be dead. Go quickly. Move fast. Here goes Brittany. Somebody get Caleb. Okay, this door now can be set so nobody goes back through it. Oh, they're all getting scorched and stuff. Nobody else get incapacitated while you're running. Go quickly. Move fast. Get them in bed. Save those duplicants. Move quicker. Who else is getting scalded? Don't go in there. Oh, come on. There. Jeez. I gotta keep them out of all the places that are gonna scorch them because they don't have suits on right now. Oh, power's running again. We can turn this back on. Good lord. Okay. Minor damages. Minor damages, but we had to do it because all the generation for all the power generations outside the colony. I wish I had remembered to set the doors up top so they couldn't go through, but at least now, if they'll switch this back on, please. Please. Switch it back on. You were doing it, and then you left. What are you doing? All right. Red alert now. No, we don't need red alert. Red alert just forces them to ignore all of their life-saving activities and do whatever job there might be. So they might actually focus on like standing in a scalding area, digging something until they're dead. I don't really want them to do that. People who don't have spacesuits are inefficient. Well, yeah, they didn't have... Nobody had spacesuits because we ran out of power. All the spacesuits ran out of power. I needed them to get outside and repower the system so that I could turn the spacesuits back on and let them go and do it. So now we got that. Nobody's dead. We saved them all. It was only a minor crisis. I'm gonna go change my drawers now. Oops, stuff started growing again. That's a plus. Water's coming in at 34, 36. And I haven't even finished this little cooling loop down here, I don't think. Or did I? Ooh, look at this. Getting nice temperatures down here now. It's looking good. The water is still flowing in directions I don't really want it to. Okay, so we need to deconstruct this and deconstruct this. That will set us on a hard loop where everything is going to go down this way instead. And we'll finally get some moderated temperatures. Because the water down here is like 10 degrees. Up here it's like 73. 20 degrees. Warms up a little bit. It'll be alright. Just got to break this loose. And then finally our garden water will be fine again for a while. I say for a while because the water down here that I'm using as a heatsink is going to warm up. But maybe set up separate mechanically powered suit just for emergencies. Yeah, maybe. That might not be a bad idea. The tricky part is like getting them, like knowing what activity they're going to perform when they put the suit on and go at the door. Okay, that changed our water flow system. So now it comes in, goes down through the radiator, comes up this way, and we'll go out to our farm at the right temperature. 10 degrees. That's fixed. I do want to empty the pipes that are up here, because I don't need any of this, and once they're emptied I can deconstruct them. That'll get rid of some of the clutter. I also, these pipes up here are going to freeze now that they're not moving. Whew, man, do we even have a plumber? I probably should check that. I know we had plumbers before, but no, we got nobody doing the job right now. Let's put somebody who's dedicated as a plumber. BDS is a tenured scientist. Sibylline's a courier. So we'll put Sibylline down here. She can take care of our plumbing necessities, and then we'll shift her back after. I think one of them peed in the CO2 log at the top of the base. It might break the gas log. Well, no, it's okay. That one's fine. The CO2 log over here doesn't matter. But it wouldn't break the gas log anyway, because if anything, it would create a vacuum gap. Oh, God. What's worse is that they're all splashing through it as though it's like the funnest thing to do in the world. They're playing Peppa Pig. They think they're jumping around in muddy puddles or something. Keeps trying to kill me. Yeah, Brittany, you have had a few close calls, haven't you? I don't even know if I have a bottling system set up somewhere to actually... Oh, yeah, this one is. Polluted water. Set that at an 8. Try to get that drained sooner rather than later. This is finished here, but I actually need to throw a tile on here so that this lock works properly. This pump here... Set this for natural gas, and this one for polluted oxygen. There we go. This bottom one doesn't have power. No automation wire connected. How about that? But that's fine. I don't really need it. I don't even remember why I built that one. It's something to do with the way the levels were sitting in here. It just wasn't working. This will clear out the polluted oxygen here. Will allow the natural gas to rise up. We can take advantage of it. Send it out to our natural gas generator, which will produce some power for us over here. TRD Talk with the super chat. Happy Thanksgiving. How many tubes died, quote unquote, naturally? Thanks for the super chat, TRD Taco. No deaths this time, so far. We just had a really close call with both Caleb and Brittany. They got scalded while they were playing around up here without a spacesuit on. In the most wisest of moments that I had. Alright, let's get this thing fixed now. And let's start to move some of this water, too. As soon as I get that fixed, I'm going to turn this on. Oh, wait a minute. I got to fix the door here. Because I told them not to go in there. And then down here, I told them not to go... Where? Where? This one here, I want them to go in and out. And this one, I want them to go in and out. Naturally equals molten copper, no air and the like. Yeah. Not placed there at all by some malicious god strike thing. Still some polluted water in the bottom of the natural gas oil refinery room will make more PO2. Yeah. Well, the whole room down there is actually, it's kind of a weird connection. There is some down here. I should mop all this. We'll get that mopped up. But it's also like open over on this side over here, so we could be getting a certain amount of gas that flows up from there. Probably not too much, but let's see. We'll see how it goes. Oh man, somebody peed in here too. We need get rid of all that, please. Oh, I can't even reach that. That won't matter though. How's our grill? Make some omelets. Yeah, actually, we didn't even get that many omelets. What about pepper bread? 18 units of sweet wheat grains. We have a little bit of bristleberries. We can make some of those. The stuff is almost growing up here, but not quite. The temperature of the water coming in is still too hot. It's going to take a while for it to move up there. So we have 41-degree water up there. 38. 24. So the nicer temperature water is down here at like 24 degrees. Oh, I forgot I had whole other flow of water coming in. Oh, well, how about that? Yeah, water coming from everywhere. Oh, man. Oh, man. Whoops. We're sending all this polluted water into our oil system. Oh, that's so bad. Where's that all going? Oh, good. It's just actually just funneling into here, so that, it could be worse. It's not bad. It's mostly okay. Oh, the water's coming in at 61 degrees, though. If you weren't trying to get to space and make plastics and all the fanciness, could you avoid the laggy bugs of the game? Yeah. Well, so the lagginess I was having before was predominantly from I was playing the beta branch, and they have like extra logging and stuff that goes on. The lag is not that bad right now, considering the size of the colony and the number of duplicants and stuff we have running around in here. It's actually not bad. 11 degrees. Okay. I have so many pipe systems of water flowing right now. This one's pumping the water out, sending it through the sieve, which goes down here to cool off. Comes back around. You know, I don't even need this running right now. Let's turn this off. Turn that pump off. We'll just rely on the water that's going through the other biome up here, since it's coming through at a more favorable temperature. This thing's working wonderfully as a heat sink. Got our temperature in here down nicely. This is cooling nicely up here now, so we're kind of getting it from both sides. Our cold biome's gonna get cold again. Hooray! Happy Thanksgiving, Jess. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Yay, water pressure. Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to that. Whoops. It's a minor engineering faux pas. What's our steam? 534. No wire connected. Did I not connect up power? Aw, man. I don't think they can reach that wire, though, so I'm going to have to give them a little ladder. That's my sub-priority. Come on. There we go. Finish this all on an 8, please. Let's try to get some steam going here, but oh, these tiles are breaking. Why those tiles, though? Did they get hit by a meteor before thing? Oh, I wonder if a meteor came through here and smashed those things a little bit before we got the bunker tile in. Still trying to create the perfect sleet wheat farm. Plastic, space, low priority. I haven't even built a sleet wheat farm. I just let it grow wild. It's such a hassle. It also consumes dirt when you cultivate it. So I just kind of let it grow wild and let them harvest it where it is. Yeah, let's turn this. Get ready to turn this on, I guess. I just needed to finish this, and then we can finally do things. Come on. I only needed to last long enough to power up the rocket so we can send it on another mission. Can your duplicate training to move into a different suit? Yep. Let's see. We have a few duplicates here that can move up, actually. So we can move... Dasa can move up. FaZe can move up. Jinx and Dave Wolf can move up. There's Jinx. Jinx and Dave. Nick and Crazy Sammy can move up. There's Nick. There. Crazy Sammy. Man, so many duplicates. Why do we have so many duplicates in here? Okay. Brittany's a senior architect now. We actually don't need her to be. Has she done the gopher job? No. Okay. Got her working on that. Live Epically is an electrical engineer. We can move Sarah Beep up to farmer position. Broseph and Dulfin up to seasoned rancher. Like so. Simply, we just have a plumber temporarily because I wanted her to clean out all those pipes for me. Although she's not really doing it. Kitten Gamer can move up to an exosuit engineer. She still has no skill in it. That's really weird. Considering how much training she's got. Okay, Caleb and BDS, I think, can go into the Space Cadet program now. No! What don't you have? Mastery the Exosuit Engineer. Come on. I think Caleb might be the same thing. Yep. Alright. Send them over to Exosuit Engineer. Nope. Can't do that. Where's Caleb? There you are. Alright. We'll go that route, I guess. Lots of swamping. Too many duplicates. A lot of people have Nightbot on ignore. Yeah, I guess some people might, yeah. Tell me what to super chat. My money's yours. Oh, Polani. That's scary. Don't give me that kind of power. Unless you were talking to somebody else. Another mission. Has there been a mission? Yeah, we've sent the rocket into space 3 or 4 times now. Enough that we got to do some research. So we've got the solid fuel combustion is ready. So we could actually be using oxalite as our fuel method for a thruster. A little solid fuel thruster. But I'm trying to get up to the petroleum engine. And we need more research for that. Which means we need to get our rocket off the ground. And we're kind of stuck at 534 kilograms of steam. We have to get closer to 900 in order for this to make the trip to the first planet. Oh, this is working finally. Okay, which means I can turn this on. We'll start to send some water up here. Wait, did they break that? Yeah, they did. Okay, good. It's getting overheat damage already, but if we can get some steam converted, that might maybe cool it a tiny bit. Getting steam like instantly. That's nice. Temperature is still climbing. 584. It's instantly flashing into steam, which is actually kind of what I want, but I need to increase the flow here. Maybe we'll set it for 250 and see what happens. Polani with the super chat. Please check grills for food in storage or rot. All right, we'll take a peek. Let me see. Empty storage. Okay. Oh, this pump's gonna be broken before I get much steam out of this. 70 grams of steam we're getting. I can increase the flow even farther. Temperature of this is actually holding steady, so we're flashing it into steam. And it's broken. No! How much steam do we get in there? Tell me we got enough. No, not really much at all. Jess with the super chats. Solve dupe excess with molten copper. Yes. if they live into too many excesses, we should boil them in copper. No, this colony's actually been going for such a long time. I really don't want to. I don't want to shut it down now at this point. It's been doing so well. Jeez, I don't even need the volcano. It is so hot up here. I wish this thing would stop breaking, though. We need something that's better than steel now at resisting heat. Oh, great. You build that. Just, why don't you fix this instead? Got 3 kilograms of steam sitting in here, and I can't pump it out. As soon as I open the door, it's gonna, like, a bunch of it's gonna vacate, too. That sucks. Dough. Just send the water first, do you think? Well, the steam is so hot anyway, it's still going to break the machine. The steam's like 400 and some odd degrees. Ooh, it's not, it's cooling a little bit. We have a flow of water going in now that's enough. It's actually starting to change the temperature downward now that steam's building up. We'll see what happens. If we can get the temperature down low enough that it still flashes into steam but doesn't destroy the pump, that would be ideal. $1,000 cryptic, get that heat down. Yeah, I've got it at 1,000 now. They need to come over to the steel and fix this thing, though. Oh, we're getting water now. No, come on. 400, 425. Have you seen the new quality of life upgrade preview? You can finally queue up different foods and grill, and it automatically skips the ones with the. Oh, that's a good quality of life improvement. That's awesome, actually. Wow, that'll save a lot of going back to click. So yeah, that's good. No, I didn't upgrade to the beta branch, simply because it tends to cause performance issues. They have some extra logging that goes on when something's in the beta branch, so they can gather more information. Do I even have steel? Now that I think of it, refined metal, 2,100 kilograms. So rather than risk having a whole bunch of lag and stuff with the colony, I decided instead just to continue on with as it was. Titanium. Yeah, there isn't an option for that. Actually, there is. Wait a minute. There is another refined metal we can use. But I think we might need to get materials from space before we can do it. So in here, there's the molecular forge. Process rare materials into advanced industrial goods. But I can't remember what we can make with it. Oh, fullerene, gold, petroleum, isoresin, abyssalite, and reed fiber. Niobium and tungsten, isoresin and petroleum. Like, a lot of those things have to come from off-world in order for it to refine it. I kind of want to see... Refining this metal produces supercooling refining. Refining this material, insulation refining. Thermium refining. Niobium and tungsten. Visco gel. So, like, I think you have to get most of that stuff from off-planet. I have a good idea with food. It starts with eat more bacon. I feel like there should be hatch bacon in this game. If you could make, like, hatch bacon and eggs, that'd be awesome. Did they empty these out? What do they got in them? Looks like these are empty. They did empty them. Contents, bristleberry, 1,000. Okay, and this one has contents, none. Yeah, so they did empty it at least, finally. Pepper bread. Yeah. Barbecue. Oh. Stuffed berries. We got like... Ew, they're eating junk food. What's going on up there? That's not good. Oh my gosh, the stress. Oh, Caleb, hold on. I forgot to change the food around. We have Caleb eating junk food. That's no good. We can't have that. Caleb needs to be able to eat barbecue and pepper bread. Actually, most of these people need... You know what? Just let everybody eat it. You guys can all eat it now. I've done so many promotions now, I can't even micromanage the food anymore. Niobium and thermium. Thermium has 900 degrees Celsius plus overheat. Nice. Thermium we don't have, though. Let's make some molten glass. What are our options in here? Tungsten, copper, gold. It's only like the basic stuff in here. I have a feeling that molecular forge takes a ton of power, too. Nice. It's coming at a good temperature. Tell me our garden is growing. Yeah, look at that. We recovered our temperatures here. 26 degrees now, and the water up here is 23. 26. The temperatures will improve in here, so that's good. Temperatures. There we go. That's finally recovering. Good lord. Let that go far too long. Niobium, plus 500 degrees Celsius overheat. Thermium equals you become God. Yeah, but we don't have access to the stuff to make thermium yet. One day. They're still not fixing this. 2,100 kilograms of steel. And I can't get them to fix that, even though it's on priority 8. Where is the steel? It's sitting right there. They have access to it. And down there, apparently, too. What? Oh, they were taking it and, like, dropped it. Where are you going? Oh. Oh, he picked up a Bizlight. Okay. I was like, he picked up the steel. And I was like, don't tell me you're going to deliver it down bottom. That'd be wrong. Thermium comes from the forge. Niobium comes directly from space. But where do we get the thermium from? Oh, okay, I get it. Hold on. We need that forge. Molecular forge. How much power does it take? Oh, only 1.6 kilowatts. That's fine. It's like nothing. I can't put it there. The pipe's in the way. I can't put it anywhere. There's everything in the way. Duncan Boys with the super chat. Some people use ASMR to fall asleep. I use CrypticFox. Have my money before I'm not awake to give it to you. Thanks, Duncan. Appreciate the super chat. I'm never entirely sure how I should take the whole "you put me to sleep" thing, but I'm gonna choose to take that as a compliment. Where can I put my? Okay, we can put a molecular forge right here. This is like the weird. This is a really weird place for it, but I need to be able to connect to a lot of power. Then we'll throw some tile under here too. How about unobtainium? Yeah. There really needs to be separate repair priority. Yeah, it would be nice. Or even someone who has a job that's focused on repair. I mean, I'm sure there should be somebody whose tasks... Supply jobs... Like, there's no, like, mechanic job. I feel like a mechanic would be good. For the amount of stuff that breaks. Somebody's got to have a mechanic job. I bet you they already have it in one of these. General engineer maybe doesn't. I mean, they do the operating. Making thermium requires niobium to make, which comes from asteroids, so no rush. Yeah, not so much. You have someone constantly removing water from your farm tiles, is that right? I did, yeah. I can actually have them stop now. I had them taking the water out because I needed them to... I needed them to advance the water in the line to get the cooler water to replace the hot water that was in there. Polani with a super chat. Today for Thanksgiving we watched the National Dog Show, made dog safe frozen yogurt, and watched Dogs and Secret Life of Pets on Netflix. Hashtag pupper. Less than 3. That sounds like fun, Polani. Can clearly tell somebody likes their dog. Why are these still stifling? Pressure. What happened? How did this system run out of power? Oh, God. When we were out of... Oh, no. When we were out of power, the pump wasn't moving water. Oh, my lord. Right, our poor duplicants, they're all suffocating, but at least it's quick to turn this back on. That's really special right there. Like, super special. I've had my oxygen on set it and forget it for so long. Suddenly I could hear all the gasping. I was like, wait a minute, why are they gasping? Boy. Alright, this can be shut off again. Can't believe I did that. I was like, wait, why is my stuff not growing? That's weird. What do you mean no pressure? we've had clear blue in here for hundreds of cycles straight. and then we run out of power, so the water stopped flowing to the oxygen system, so we had no air. Can you check it? Is there a hole letting water drip in your open? There is, yeah. It's okay though. I let it go. Right down here. It's not dripping anymore, but it did. It broke through here. It lasted here a really long time, and then finally decided it wasn't going to anymore. And consequently, we have all this. So, good times. I mean, on the plus side, we did fill up a number of containers here with petroleum before we ran out, but... this system needs an automation wire. Lucky you fitted a power switch. Oh yeah, we put that in a long time ago when I think something similar happened previously, and so we decided to put in a bypass switch to just really quickly and easily fire it back up again. Usually attach a hamster wheel to my spawn just in case. Don't worry, no pressure. Yeah, yeah. I normally have a hamster. I had a hamster wheel attached to it for the longest time, and then I just decided if I was gonna have power in the rest of the grid, which was gonna be the thing moving the water, I might as well just use that power to kickstart the system. Someone's still emptying the pipes. I don't think so. I had them cancel. They should be fine. We're good. Just normal plant consumption now. The planet you're going to is out of reach? No, I'm just going to the first planet. It was out of reach because we didn't have enough steam in our system. We're up to 659 now. So if we check out our star map, this is the one I'm going to. It's out of reach right now because we don't have enough steam in the rocket yet. Because this thing... Oh my gosh, there is so much steam in this little container. Shut that off for now. We have a ton of steam in here that I could be using to refill the rocket, but this thing's broken. Hooray! That's basically a process for fracking. Yay, I heard CrypticFox sing. Where'd you hear me sing? I didn't sing just now, did I? You should attach a chlorine clamp steam generator attached to your SPOM. Cannot run out of power, lol. Well, it's, yeah. I actually should have a liquid sensor set up on there so that if the pipe runs out of water, it shuts the system down so it can't run out of power. And then when the liquid comes back in, it'll fire itself back up again. That would probably be most effective. Because that's the only reason it ever shuts down, is if the water stops. Otherwise, it just goes forever. And why won't they go in here and fix this? 39. Go fix my thing. Steel, 5 kilograms. We have 2,150 kilograms. I mean, really, just go fix it. It's a cyberpunk rocket? Yeah, it is. It's a little bit. CrypticFox sang that one Muppet song. I forgot what it's called. No. Yeah, I have a karaoke app on my phone that I play around with every once in a while. Sometimes extremely poorly, sometimes not so bad. There, they finally fixed it. We're moving steam, and we lost some steam out the door, unfortunately, but there's a lot in here. It's still too hot, even at 300 degrees. But we're moving a lot of steam there in a very short amount of time, so hopefully that will work okay. Yeah, they finally fixed the pump, and now they're going to spend all their time fixing it, because it's like, I'm going to move the priority down. 700. Yes. Yes. This is a really good steam producer now. I just need a better way to draw the steam off without my stuff overheating. Like, that sucks. It's so hot up here. 362, 454. Like, this room is going to stay hot the whole time. It's awesome for producing steam now, just terrible for breaking my machine. More water, try to drive the temperature below overheat point. Well, the trouble is the water's flashing into steam instantly, which is just continuing to pick up heat from the surrounding environment. It's just getting hotter. So it's down to like 380 some odd degrees now. 400 degrees at the lower end. 47 kilograms of steam. So I can set this back to like 1500 or so. I won't be able to keep the temperature down. At some point I have to turn the water off. So it'll help a little bit, but we got heat damage on stuff up here. Wait, what's getting heat? Oh no, the pipes are getting heat damaged. Oh no, they're flashing into steam. No! I can't even send water through anymore. It's all broken. I don't like my setup. It's really annoying. What I need to do is create an insulated barrier that I can turn that on and off when I want it. So if I had like a vacuum around this, or no. Yes. If I had a vacuum around this with doors I could open and close potentially to control the heat. I don't know. I need to experiment a little bit in debug mode so I can play around with the design because it takes so much in materials. Nevertheless, we did move enough steam, I think, to get our rocket off the ground. 833 kilograms, I think, will be enough to get us off to that planet. Trouble is, when they come back, we're going to have the same problem again, so... You know, good times. That's our rocket. We want that. We're going to pick Voltron as our astronaut. They can go on board. Once they're on board, we'll be ready to launch again. Now, fortunately, when this takes off, we're going to capture some of the heat down here, which will pick some of this up into steam. That'll help a little bit. We'll grab some steam out of this area. Well, actually, no, we won't be able to because I don't know where to put it. I need a storage container in here. I need a storage container that I can set up that will capture excess steam when I want it, and then keep it hot. That's kind of the catch. Doors / temp shift plates, metal tiles would do, yeah. Well, the thing is, everything around it is really hot, right? So temp shift plates would just continue to maintain similar heat. Like, if it's 400 degrees inside and out, I have the same problem. You can store steam in the tanks as long as you keep it hot enough so that it doesn't convert back into a liquid. If it does, then you got a problem. Who's suffocating and why? It's all still running. It's going to take a while to reoxygenate our base. It's getting there. It's going to take a little while for the pressure to build up again. It's devastating when the power shuts off. That's really bad. I really wish I had another gas geyser so that I could alternate between the two when the power is needed. But so far, this is the only one I found, and it's dormant for... Ooh, another 6.7 cycles, and then it'll be active again. So what do we have? Active for 37.7 cycles every 64 cycles. So, alright. So we'll get power off of that again soon. That's a plus. You need to OC that spawn. Could you take some of the acronyms out of there? What's OC? Overcharge? Is that what you're talking about? Do you still get like 10 per module or something? What do you mean by 10 per module? For research? Oh, the planet's out of research? No! Oh my gosh, don't tell me. Is it? Is it fully researched? Yeah. Yeah, they did it all. Oh no, we can't even reach the next asteroid. It's 2,000 or 20,000 kilometers away. It's double the distance. We can't get there with a steam rocket. We need to add all that work to get steam in this thing. Okay, hold on. Hold on. We could put on a solid fuel thruster. Refined, oh, it's gonna burn refined iron, which I just ran out of. Oh, good times. In place of a research module, maybe. We need to move everything up. This all needs to go upwards so we can make a bigger rocket. That's super inconvenient. Okay, but it doesn't have to be... You know what? It doesn't have to be anything fancy. We could just... how many tiles is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I needed to go 5 tiles higher, so we can throw bunker tiles in here. I gotta run out of steel. Bunker doors. At least we can recover some of the steel from these bunker doors. But then we'll need wiring in here. Might as well make it out of gold. We're gonna need a ladder in here because they don't have the fancy jetpacks to do the building anymore. They need a way to get over there. They hop that. Yeah, they can't get through there. Dig this down. Okay. Actually, no, they don't even need to do that. I can just build a ladder up here. Okay, so we'll get this rebuilt. We'll destroy the doors under here. We'll move the gantry up. Obviously, we'll have to break the command capsule. We'll break the bottom research module. We'll replace it with a solid fuel thruster. That should give us the extra push we need to get that distance, maybe. Sam A, $2 super chat. Pause to count the graves. Is my doob alive? Well, Sam, there's good news and bad news. The good news is the colony is still alive. We're still thriving. The bad news is, I think you're dead. There's Mo, Skinny Pete, Moss, James, Sun Honey Sage, more Cowbell, Summer Phillips, Ari Luco, Full Nighters, Dan with a Plan, TRD Taco. Oh no, you are still alive. Congratulations. I think you are. Are you in this colony? Sibylline, Dolphin, Kitten, FaZe, Joe. I don't think you're in this colony, Sam. I think you were in a different one. You might have had a duplicant in the colony that we just ran for a couple weeks while we were waiting for stuff to go. Bunker above? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this here. We're going to break these doors. Then we'll have to break down the command capsule and break this down. We'll move a research module up and put the command capsule up higher. And we'll replace this with a solid fuel thruster. Which they won't be able to reach. Oh, good times. Okay, let's deconstruct that. We're gonna need a little bit of ladder power for them to reach and build stuff. Yay, I'm DAS administrator. Oh, you're DAS administrator. Okay, I totally forgot we changed your name. Solid fuel thruster is like a sieve that goes around an existing rocket part, so you shouldn't need to replace or remove. Oh, can we? Hold the phone. Let's find out. I don't have any steel. I can't. I need more steel. All right. Well, get to work, duplicants. Build all that stuff. Actually, maybe we won't even need to. Hold on. Hold the phone. Maybe we don't need to build this. If we could just put it on. Will it still allow the piece to keep working though? Like I've never seen them stack pieces like that before. I don't think you can. Can you even have 2 rocket engines in the same rocket? Yeah, because the solid fuel thruster is like a stage 2 burn. So you have your initial engine, and then your thruster is like a bonus. It gives an extra push. See if they can build it though. I don't know. I think it has to replace the piece that's there. I don't think it can just go over top because they don't do any other layering in this game. So I don't know. I mean, well, aside from like ladders and pipes and that kind of stuff. But all right, we'll see what happens though. We'll check it. Why don't you switch the power section for the rocket? You mean the engine down here? Because we don't have a good alternate engine right now. In the rocketry research, we have the steam engine. We don't have the petroleum engine unlocked yet. We just got access to the solid fuel thruster. When I get to the petroleum engine, we can swap it out. But I can't right now. Why not take a break from space stuff and focus on the rest of the base? Well, because most of the rest of the base is focused on getting stuff for space. Like if we go down here, we already took care of the oxygen thing. We did focus on power last time. We focused on cooling water for the garden this time. So we're kind of doing a lot of everything. It's not even just focusing on space. It's just that, because these were all stifling before. Oh, there is still somebody emptying. I thought I canceled that job. There we go. Yeah, barbecue. Our poor, these poor hatches over here must be starving to death if I'm getting that much meat for barbecue. They've all got food though, so I don't know how that could be. Why don't you switch the power? Yeah, I know. The thing is, I don't want to have to deal with Steam, but in order to get the other stuff unlocked, so if you haven't noticed, like in the research tree, in order to do the other rocket components, you have to get interstellar research, and you can only get interstellar research now by sending a rocket into space. With the research modules on it, you have to send it to another planet. So we got that. We sent the rocket out, which let us unlock the solid fuel combustion. But we can't get up to getting the petroleum engine until we finish getting more interstellar research. But we just ran out of interstellar research on that first planet. So now we've got to go out to the second planet to get it, which means we need more thrust, which is where the solid fuel thruster comes in. Can you use 2 steam engines? No, you can only have 1 engine on the rocket. So you can have 1 engine, you can have multiple fuel tanks. Ooh, we actually might even... Now that I think of it, do we have any additional... No, we don't. Later on, we can get like another liquid fuel tank that we could use to probably to store more steam in here, but we won't be running on steam by that point, I don't think. Only 1 engine at a time, though, and then you can put thrusters on after that. I mess with rockets and sandbox, and thrusters do bupkis if you don't have a solid fuel tank as well. Oh, really? Well, that's a problem. We can't even get it into space then. What's the weight of this rocket? Total thrust 166,000, or sorry, 16,675 kilometers. It's almost got enough to get up to 20,000. There's a small weight penalty on it of 3,400 kilometers, which would be enough actually for it to get there if I could lower the weight. Dry mass, wet mass, total. Total oxidizer. I don't know. Let's is there even any fuel input for this solid fuel thruster? Original thrusters allow the rocket to reach farther distances in space. I mean, I'm thinking like if I could take out like a research module and make the rocket smaller, so we're only getting 1 research module at a time, which is really inefficient, but let's see. Does it say what it needs in here? Solid fuel thruster. Additional requires solid fuel combustion research, which is fine. We have that. Can they just not load it up? Like even with a single load? I'm going to try it anyway. I don't know. This may not work. But I have a feeling we're going to have to reduce the weight of the rocket anyway if we can't. Because we can't do any more research until we get into space some more. So we'll see what happens. Just send it to space and see what happens. You can't. You have to actually pick a destination, right? So, like, we could send it to this first planet, but I don't think it'll get anything from it. Because it's done all this. We've already gotten all these points. Now the only thing we could do is bring back materials. Refined coal, or sorry, refined carbon, coal, diamond, and niobium. Not so good. Try putting what you can in the thruster and see what gets you. Yeah, I'm going to try it. We'll just see what happens. Oh, immunity at 66% and falling. Who's getting sick? Brian the Golden Freddy. Where are you, buddy? Well, you're sleeping in bed. Where did you go that you got sick? You're a chef. Huh. He must have gone all the way down here. Oh, wait a minute. That's what's going on. Stop with the disinfecting down here. Disable disinfect. I don't want anyone disinfecting down here. It's all germy, and we don't care. Honestly. 5 cycles for that thing to fire up. Wait, I'm really looking forward to that gas geyser going off again. Looks like it replaces the module and its own fuel tank with a solid fuel. Yeah. Can you replace the steam thruster with a solid fuel thruster? Will that let it go farther? No, the solid fuel thruster isn't a main engine. It's like a secondary engine. So, like, if you think about a 2-stage rocket where it initially blasts off at the main engine runs out of thrust, and it kicks out, and then it separates apart, and you have the secondary burn, another engine that goes off. That's your thruster. So you need them both. Stop hitting boss. Can end cycle 600. Oh, man. We're not going to get there. That's a little ways. Oh, I'm so disappointed I can't get that rocket going. There's just something fun about sending rockets up. I don't know why. I mean, we've already done it a bunch of times. It's not like it's brand new anymore. It's just fun to get one up there. It takes so much work. And we finally got enough steam production there, too. If I could just... I don't know. Whatever. Oh, good. We're finally emptying those pipes. We're gonna have a lot of those little bottles floating around, but that's okay. Dun, dun, dun. Solid fuel booster, is that a booster? Well, I think the reason why people are confused is because it calls it a thruster as opposed to a booster. But that's basically what it's doing. It just adds additional thrust. It doesn't replace the core thrust. I still can't reach that, can I? Unreachable build. I think I have to get out far enough that they can reach the middle. Which might be tricky. Can I build a ladder in front of this thing? Nope. No, we cannot. I hope they can reach that. If it's more than 2 tiles to get to the middle of this thing. If they can't reach it, that's gonna be a real nuisance. I might have to put a gantry in just so they can get across and reach it. Remove one of the racer things and then lower the rest of the rocket by 1. Yeah, well, these are the research modules. So I had 2 of them in so we could get double research. I am curious to see whether, like, how much do they weigh? Does it even say? Mass, 200 kilograms. It's not really that much. Total range. I mean, we have a weight penalty of 3,400 kilograms. Oh, that's kilometers, right? Negative 3,400 kilometers. Average oxidizer efficiency, total oxidizable fuel. I wish there was a way of knowing how much it would change things if I swamped that rocket out. Max range 13,242 because of the weight penalty. Oh, so total thrust, it still wouldn't get us there. 16,000. That's not enough. There's no way. Even if we lowered the weight, it wouldn't matter. Think you have to build the other engine for replacement? Maybe. It's not even an engine, but you're right. It might have to. And normally they could build right over top of things. It did let me place it, suggesting it would build it, but let's deconstruct this. No, it was already deconstructing it. Yeah. They just can't reach it. And why can't it reach it? What's going on here? Why can't you reach that ladder now? It's right there. That's weird. Come on. How is that an unreachable build? I don't get it. Is it the materials I'm choosing? What's going on here? Sandstone, mafic rock. About a mafic rock. We can't use that. mean, igneous rock seems to be what I have a lot of. Just, they can't do it. I don't get it. There's a tool on the internet which calculates all your rocket needs if you want to, I'll give you the URL. You won't be able to put the URL in the chat, unfortunately. But maybe you can drop it in, like, Discord or something later. I don't have Discord up right now, but... I think I might have to put a gantry in here, which really sucks. Because the gantry takes steel. So we'll do that. Use a little more steel, because why not, right? Magic towards a malevolent intent. Let's throw another... We'll extend this wire down so we can make sure the gantry is extended. This will at least give them the stuff they need to reach out and build. That's unreachable also. What the... Okay, why can't my duplicates get up there? Aha! What's going on out here? Why aren't you running? I can't win today. That was a small faux pas on my part. I cut off the water supply that was feeding this oxygen system, which feeds the exosuits up top, which meant that nobody could go up there to do anything I wanted them to do. It was unreachable because they couldn't get up to the whole area. I forgot there was a secondary line off this. Okay, so... But when they went through here and drained everything out, they just took away all the water supply. That's funny. I am so smart. It's Marty. Get rid of all these pipes in here that I don't need because they're all just confusing now. Forget about draining them. We'll just deconstruct the whole works. Break it all. I can't believe I did that. No, wait, yes I can. I've actually kind of messed up a few times tonight. How's our oxygen? Is it getting back to normal? Yeah, slowly. It's not epic, but it's recovering, so that's something. All his problems today are... Yeah, it's funny. It runs in cycles, I'm telling you. Every time I start a stream, I have some intent of what we're going to try to tackle that day. And then I spend, you know, 3/4 or more of the stream running around putting out fires of stuff that's not working the way that it's supposed to after it was working fine before. Making a few of my own problems. You know, just a variety of wonderful things that make no sense at all. So the one segment and pipe that I really need them to break, like, as a priority is this one, like, right here. So let's, if I can sever that pipe, then I can make the connection down below. There we go. Then we can get back to deconstructing all these other liquid pipes. There we go. Lots to break there. They're going to get a little wet, but that's okay. All the water will fall down below here. We're going to get some oil in the water, too. Again, doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, I needed to connect the water line, but I didn't want to do it before they broke the segment up here. Because I didn't want the water to flow past and go up above when I was making a point of getting rid of it up there. Oh my goodness. It's just it's like one chaotic mess after another. Until I get the oxygen flow resumed, I can't afford to send anybody up there to do any work without the exosuits. It's too hot. They all risk death every time they go up there. What a mess. What a mess. Well, on the plus side, breaking out that radiant pipe got me some materials back, too. We are going to have, unfortunately, a little bit of spillover with the oxygen in here. So this is going to produce a bunch of hydrogen and oxygen. And the oxygen is going to get into the pipe. We're just going to break things a little bit. Wrong element. I need this to build up pressure, so let's let it build up pressure first, and then we can start to pump it through. A little bit of oxygen damage isn't bad, but I just don't want it to send a whole ton. When a rocket is launched, it heats up the water above 5 degrees Celsius, run to a water sieve, and it comes out at 40 degrees Celsius temp. Rocket area made easy. What? It's got to get a whole lot hotter than 40 degrees Celsius, though. $1,500. Okay, let's swap this down to 700 now. And we get 750. Oh, not 75. There. Come on. There. Fixed. Good lord. What a mess. We did a little damage to the machine, but it's not too bad. It's going to take a little more damage, though. On the plus side, we do have oxygen. Oh, and hydrogen going. That's good. We have oxygen going to our suits again, so that's okay. Ooh, this gating system is not going to work anymore. Because we no longer have this connected to a gas pipe, so we can deconstruct this. Oh, we'll put a thermal sensor in its place instead. Because if it gets too cold, it will break the machine. We don't want that either. So we're going to throw a thermal sensor here. Set it for like -20 or something. Went cycle 353. Couldn't manage to build a rocket yet with my 10 dupes. I had power problems even to even think about one. Yeah, we didn't really get a rocket constructed until, I want to say, cycle 400 maybe? 400 to 450? I don't remember exactly where it was. I'd have to go back and check. But it takes a long time to get all the materials you need. It's going to take a bit for that oxygen to get out of there. That sucks. What a mess. What a mess. Not the thermal nullifier. Well, we just need to repair it a little bit. It's going to take a little damage. I don't have a filter on here. I probably should. Just couldn't be bothered. The water heats up 5 degrees Celsius when a rocket is launched, so every rocket heats up the area. Run the water to a water sieve. The water cools back down. The result is a cool rocket area. Well, I don't really need a cool rocket area. I'm actually harnessing the heat from the rocket to try to build up additional steam. But even outside of that, all I have to do is build a vacuum underneath the rocket. It'll stop the transfer of heat downwards. Okay, I want this to turn on if it's below, or wait a minute. Wait. Where's our automation? I want to turn on if it's above -20. Yeah, -15. There we go. That's better. Okay, so that'll stop taking damage. This is all fixed again. Temperatures down here are mellowing out quite nicely. This needs to make more steel if we have the materials for it. Well, we almost do. We'll make a little more steel anyway. Alright, let's see how things are at Rocket Land. Everything's reachable again. Hooray! Build all this at sub-priority 7. All my poor pipes are all breaking from the water turning into steam in them. I guess what I should have done was turn off the pump and just let it continue to go until it was done. Your puppy's fluffy and soft. What kind of dog is it that you have, Poe? Hey, the only taco? You're not the only taco. There's also a TRD taco here somewhere. At least you don't need neutronium to repair it. Oh my gosh, yeah, that would suck. You can build a 10-watt filter bypass for the supply to the nullifier, and no more issues with O2 getting in. Yeah. Well, the thing is, it draws power constantly with the filter. No need for the gantry, just do regular ladder. Well, what I'm thinking is, I wonder if they're going to need to be able to reach in order to put the fuel in, which is going to be another problem. Now we got to produce oxalite, which takes a lot of power. Solid rocket roots needs 400 kilograms refined iron and 400 kilograms of oxalate for it to fuel by the way. Yeah. It's the oxalite that's going to be a real pain. We do have an oxalite generator, but it's way down here. Somewhere. Right here. Little oxalite refinery here, but it's kind of not awesome. It takes a lot of power. I had it hooked up to a system that was producing some gas, but now it's broken. This is not gonna work. By the time they grab it and get it all the way up to the rocket, it's gonna, like, some of it's gonna dissipate, which isn't gonna be great, but we'll see how it goes. In order to get it set up top, I'd have to supply a power line up here that can take the amount of power this whole system's drawing. It's bad enough with what I have. Oh, wait. Disable this. Stop running on that treadmill. Okay, gantry's done. Automation wire. I haven't built one of these thrusters before. This is fun. He's 11-pound Havanese. Looks like a long-haired Ewok. Oh, nice. Oh, I've seen pictures of him. I just didn't know what kind of dog it was. Yeah, I figured we might need the gantry to get the fuel in there, so that's all right. Do I need the solid fuel thruster for the close asteroid? No. No, the... Uh-oh. That's a lot of water. Where's all that water coming from? Oh, it's condensed. It must be condensing steam in the air. The steam engine's enough to get to the close asteroid, but the close asteroid we've already tapped out of all research. So this stuff down here is the stuff that you research when you send your rocket missions up, and they come back with like 100 at a time. And unfortunately, we've tapped this one out, so we can't get more of that research until we go a little bit farther. I'm hoping the solid fuel thruster will give us the difference in boost we need to get there. If not, we have a problem. Sorry, not the 120 gas filter. A gas shut off and a gas element sensor. Oh, yeah, making a cheap bypass system. So it, like, shunts it down a different line. Yeah, I largely just can't be bothered. The thing is, that scenario only comes up if I interrupt the flow of water into the system, like I did by accidentally breaking that pipe. Otherwise, it never runs out. It never has an issue with it getting anything other than hydrogen. I thought you needed a diamond to get a wife. I did. That's how I got my wife. I gave her a diamond ring. Oh. Ooh. Oh, that broke. What is this made out of? Tungsten. Well, that's why. What's this made out of? Tungsten. Great. We broke our shipping system. So we broke this through. It looks like we did clear out the iron that was in there, so that's a plus. Ooh, this is all out of water now. Without any water in there, that's not going to cool. Which means it's going to be nice and hot in that area. Ooh, spicy. So I actually I need to replace this with steel. And this one too, actually. Deconstruct both of those. I think I need to take the heat. You don't want a diamond ring, you want a black pearl. As in the pirate ship, or the like an actual pearl. Can the conveyor carry oxalite without it dispersing along the way? Yeah, technically yes, but you have to put it through a system where it doesn't have access to any oxygen. As soon as it has a space for it to off-gas, some of it will dissipate. So, for example, if, well, I mean, we could even build like a system over here that we pump oxygen in, produces the oxalite, picks up the oxalite in a rail system and sends it out. Because we have oxygen production right here. We could just reroute this this pipe. Really? Okay, so I have everything I need up top to get the oxygen I need to produce the oxalite, so it has a short trip to the rocket, which is ideal. Except a reliable power line. Because the only power line I have it going up there is this one, which is the conductive wire. Given our power needs, I should probably just rework this whole power system. If I put instead transformers along the way and replace the line that I have behind the ladder here with a heavy watt wire, that's probably going to be worth my while. I keep trying to come up with different ways to do it because I don't want to go through all the trouble of building all this. However, oops, what button did I hit there? That was not what I wanted. However, I think it's just going to be worth it in the long run to make this shift. So I'm going to go like this. We'll deconstruct this wire here. Actually, I can deconstruct all this and get all this metal back. Deconstruct power wires. Okay, we can get all of this metal back. All this wonderful refined metal that we built all this out of. Because I'm just going to use a regular power line in its place that will run off of this. We'll make it out of iron ore. And then we can run a similar wire down to here. I can't connect there, obviously. To there. This is 960. I can actually tap that directly off the heavy watt wire, so that's fine. What do we got down here? This wire I can replace also. Ooh, man, I gotta be careful how I transition this, because if I cut off the water flow again for too long, we're gonna have oxygen problems again. Which I probably should try to avoid. Maybe I'll run a secondary backbone up here so it's ready to go earlier on. I just wonder if I'm gonna run it out of ore. So we'll make this out of gold amalgam. We'll run it all the way up here. And then I can go behind this. Ooh, I can't go through there. Alright. I'll have to do a little jury rig around, but that's okay. So much work. This reminds me of that parable. The guy that owned 30 gold pieces, he was told he could either pay it off, take 30 lashes, or eat 3 pounds of onion. Start with the onion, ate 1 pound and a half. Gold ore isn't needed for the spaceship. Iron ore needed for steel. Yeah, pretty much. Well, iron ore is needed for the refined. You need refined iron in order to produce steel. So we do have a source of refined iron just by going up to the surface. There's a little bit up there. Not that they can reach much. Ooh, this is done. Waiting iron, insufficient resource, oxalite. 10 kilograms of it. Oh, so 400 kilograms of iron, only 10 kilograms of oxalite. Look at the rocket sweating. I wonder how much of a thrust boost it will give me. I have not used this yet. Weight penalty. Actually, our weight went up a tiny bit. Total thrust 8. It's still not enough. I need 2 of those thrusters. It did give me a boost. Our total range is 14,500 now. But it's not enough. This rocket is a lot of work. All right. Well, we have more work to do with the rocket, and this is going to take a while. I actually needed to experiment a little bit with my thrust setup. I think I'll do that a little bit in debug mode, so I have a better worked out rocket plan to try to get that distance, because we need to try to cram in enough distance with the steam engine, and that's going to be the tricky part. I'm going to finish reworking the wiring system up here so we can supply a higher amount of wattage up to the top area. That will let us put our oxalite generator in here that we can connect directly off of this oxygen production room. So we'll have oxalite to produce for our thrusters, which will help. Man, so much to do. It's going to take a lot to get this rocket off the ground and get it to the distance we need it to. But thanks everyone for coming to hang out for the stream. I appreciate all the super chats and everything tonight. If you don't currently subscribe to the channel, feel free to click on the subscribe button. We'll be back again on Tuesday night with more Oxygen Not Included. Tomorrow night I'm going to be playing some Hollow Knight. So if you're interested in watching some of that, I'll be streaming at 10 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. And then on Saturday I'll be playing some Don't Starve Hamlet. So come hang out for that too. But again, thanks everyone for coming to hang out tonight. I'm as always CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.